This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday. I'm Deidre Johnson. This morning on Sunrise, high temps are still in the forecast all across the state. How different agencies are helping those living on our streets. It's also a weather impact alert day this morning. We're now on day 4 of this heat wave. Let's check in with Daisy Caballero for a quick look at our forecast. Daisy?
Hey, good morning, Deidre. And yeah, good morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. If you have all been watching us this entire week, you guys have probably heard that we are starting to do weather impact alert days, which is going to be today, Monday, and Tuesday because of excessive heat. 102 today, 104 both Monday and also for Tuesday. So what we're wanting to do with these weather impact alert days or alerts in general is to let you know and kind of plan your day ahead of time, of course, safely. So when is this long heat wave? It's now all the way through at least Tuesday for now. Excessive impact is what is impacting us, of course, and the need. You should really stay hydrated and avoid strenuous activity for the time being while these temperatures are pretty hot. Of course, we'll talk a little bit more about this and how long this is going to be lasting. But for the time being, it's 65 degrees here in the Rose City. If you haven't yet, I would highly suggest to just open up those windows and kind of trap the cooler air inside of your home right now. We're seeing some other cooler areas, 58 degrees in Forest Grove, 65 a little bit warmer in Westland, 63 in Happy Valley. And hey, we're in the 40s for Baker City over east, and that's also the case for much of our coastal cities. But like I said, we have a lot more to talk about, and including who else is impacted by this heat wave. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Daisy. Well, this morning, TriMet is investigating what caused a down line that disrupted Max for several hours. It happened just after 4 o'clock yesterday near the PSU Urban Center stop at Southwest 5th and Mill. TriMet says they don't know if this was heat related. As of this morning, all Portland streetcar service is still shut down due to heat related power outages. Shuttle buses will hit those stops, but expect delays. Multnomah County will open 3 cooling centers later today at noon. The centers are in Cook Plaza and Gresham, the Portland Covenant Church in Northeast Portland, and Congregation Beth Israel downtown. Important note, the cooling center at the Hugo will not reopen today. TriMet is also offering free rides to the cooling centers beginning at 10 a.m. The extreme heat can be dangerous for those living on the streets. Portland Street Response was out yesterday passing out water, cooling towels, spray bottles, and electrolytes to people that need them. They say anyone without shelter, access to water, or a place to cool down could be at risk of heat illness, especially those with a pre-existing condition or mental illness.
We're going on calls from the start of the day to the end of the day all day. We have 5 crews out today, and we've been working hard with calls consistently coming in.
They say it's good to check on those who may be in direct sunlight for a long period of time and to call 911 if they're suffering a heat emergency. As the heat wave continues, nonprofits are stepping up to support those living on the streets. Ashley Grams followed along as outreach workers took resources to the homeless in Salem.
Imagine we have about 5 cases of 40.
Water bottles, Gatorade, and ice. All essential as temperatures near 100 degrees in Salem, Oregon.
We hand it out and everything as fast as possible.
Robert and Maggie work for Mid-Willamette Valley Community Action. They're loading up for a full day of outreach at a homeless camp of around 300 people inside Wallace Marine Park.
Typically they do outreach from this car, but in special situations, the city of Salem offers up this ATV, which makes it easier to get to those hard to reach places where folks are camping.
Once the group is in motion, making their way through the trees, it's not long before Maggie's voice rings out.
Good morning! Guess what? Water!
People find their way onto the path.
1,
looking forward to a cold drink.
2.
But that's not all Maggie offers. She often leaves them with sunscreen and a smile.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Then the team is on the road again, looking for another camp.
Water! Gatorade!
For someone else who might be thirsty or overheating.
When we woke up an hour ago, it was so hot in there I couldn't stand it. Sweat was just pouring off me, just laying there.
Mike lives here inside a tent. He says it's a fight to stay cool, and the water they do have doesn't last long.
One drink of water is one of those bottles. It's just gulp, it's gone.
Nancy uses some of the water she gets for her cats.
I cool them down, put water on their belly and stuff like that, make sure they get cooled down.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
For Maggie, this kind of work is more than just passing out Gatorade.
It's my call, my purpose.
She's making connections and sharing resources that she hopes will help people transition into safer, more stable lives.
I cannot save everybody, but at least I can give love to everybody.
Ashley Grams, KGW News.
And 911 dispatchers have stayed busy during this heat wave, answering over 3,600 emergency calls since Friday. Some were attributed directly to the heat. We sat down with North America's Call Taker of the Year, Stephen Ziprich from Portland. He says it's important to know when to call 911.
There's factors involved in whether or not something is really an emergent situation. So the best way to determine that is there an immediate threat to life or property? If yes, 911 is absolutely okay to do that.
If you think someone is suffering from a heat emergency, you're asked to call 911 directly. And if you need a place to cool off, we've got you covered. Just text the keyword heat to 503-226-5088. We'll text you a link with a list of cooling centers, fountains, and splash pads across the area. We also have an interactive map that shows you the places to cool down.